What is going on, everybody? This is BDJ Gaming here. Welcome back. We're going to be doing the Kansas City Royals today in the MLB The Show 25 franchise series. We're almost done. We got, I think, 7 teams left. We got the Twins and the Royals in the AL Central, and then we have the AL West. So it's coming to an end. I really enjoyed the series. Hopefully more to come as we keep going along this year. We'll see. But the Kansas City Royals, a team that won a World Series a decade ago, they just don't have a lot of offense. Now we look through the team. Let's take a look at the starting rotation. Chris Bubich, ace type stuff from him. Cole Reagans has been really good for them. Seth Lugo, a veteran who has 2 years left on his deal. Michael Wacha, veteran guy, really has turned his career around the last few seasons, especially in Boston and San Diego. He has 3 years left on his deal. Is getting up there. You have Michael Lorenzen, who also pitched well last year. So very good starting rotation. You got Alec Marsh, who will probably be an extra guy. We have Kyle Wright, veteran guy. Not a lot of top pitching prospects. We don't really need any right now with the starting rotation, but we do need to replace Lugo, Lorenzen, and Michael Wacha eventually. Bullpen, you got Lucas Urseg. You have Hunter Harvey, who's due for free agency. After that, not a lot to work with here. Trevor Richards, who's been around the league for a while. Taylor Clark, veteran guy. Like, you have some veterans, but not any high overall guys. So that's definitely going to be something we have to look to upgrade. Carlos Estevez, veteran closer, signed a 2-year deal. Was really good with the Angels, and then he got traded. 2-year deal, so got him for the next 2 seasons. Freddie Fermin will be our catcher. Obviously, Salvador Perez is getting up there in A's. The offense has fallen off a little bit this season after a 27 home run year. Unfortunate. He has 2 years left on his deal. Maybe look to move Salvi. I know a lot of Royals fans don't like hearing that, but I mean, he is getting up there and he has a lot of money due. We do have some good catching prospects. Blake Mitchell, 20 years old. You have Carter Jensen, 21 years old, so that's good. Vinny Pasquantino, 27 years old, got a little bit of pop, had 19 home runs last year. And you got Joe Caglione. Pretty sure I pronounced that right. Apologies if I don't. Nick Prado. So you have some young first basemen who could potentially be in the mix. Jonathan India, who they got in the offseason. $4.4 million due this year. Got another year of arbitration. We'll see what he provides offensively. Michael Massey, you got no really top prospects there. You got Miguel Garcia, who's really turned into a good young player for them. Hopefully provides some offense for us. Not really any top prospects at third base. Shortstop, we got Bobby Witt Jr. We all know how good he is. Best hitter in the lineup by far. Nick Lofton, you know, a guy who could play utility everywhere. And you have left field, Dayron Blanco, 31 years old. He's a really good contact guy, not much power. MJ Melendez, a little bit of pop. And then you have no really top prospects in left field. Kyle Isbell, known for his glove, not really for his bat. And center field. And then, again, not really any top prospects. And you have Joey Weimer in right field with Mark Canha, the veteran. So this offense definitely needs some upgrades. The pitching, bullpen were not really that good. Bullpen and offense is definitely something we got to focus on because outside of Bobby Witt Jr. and Miguel Garcia, we don't really have anybody over 77 overall or 78, and that's a concern. Well, we do have Freddie Fermin, but like there's just not a lot of power. There's not a lot of offense. This Royals team has struggled offensively, and you got to be able to score runs as good as your pitching can be. We've seen it with Paul Skeens where he goes out there and pitches elite performances every outing, and he gets 1 or 2 run support, and you ain't gonna win a lot of the time. So, I mean, it's tough. So, I am gonna show the draft prospects. I saw a comment on my video. Somebody was going at me saying, "Oh, how come you never show the draft prospects you draft?" Most of the time, a lot of them don't make a difference unless it's like the 3rd season. So I don't really concern myself with it, but I will start showing those for those of you who do want to see it. I do not mind showing that. So I'm gonna, looking through free agency. Do we sign a JD Martinez to a 1-year deal, even though he's gonna start declining? Could add some pop to our lineup for sure. A guy like Giancarlo Ortega, a young, closer, we could add to our bullpen mix. I think could probably be a smart decision. So I'm going to go through free agency and some trades, and we'll start making some moves. The trade we're going to make, we're going to get Dennis Santana. We can put him in a setup role or maybe even have him as our closer. We'll see. He's 28 years old, has 1 year after this left on his deal. He's been good the last season for the Pirates, 82 overall, or 83 overall, excuse me. We're going to give up Carson Roccaforte, 22-year-old center fielder, and we're also going to give up James MacArthur, who's a veteran reliever. So this adds to our bullpen. We're going to trade for Wilyer Abreu. Had him in another franchise, didn't really hit. Hopefully this is different this time. Big time power against right-handers. We need some power. We're going to give up Austin Charles, shortstop, 21 years old. We're also going to give up Joey Weimer, who he pretty much replaces, and Blake Mitchell, our top catching prospect, and we get a big bat. So about to get the season underway, we did sign a few players. We signed Carl Edwards Jr. to help out our bullpen, veteran guy who has good stats when he's been healthy. We signed Giancarlo Ortega, who was out there in free agency, 25 years old, 72 overall. And we went out and signed JD Martinez just to add a veteran bat in our lineup. So we'll probably make some moves at the deadline for sure if we're in it. But hopefully these moves get us to at least the wild card hunt or maybe a division, lead by the trade deadline. So we'll see. So I'm about to get the season underway. Offered us this trade, and it's very intriguing. Jack Sawinski, who's got some pop, not as good of a defender as Kyle Isbell, but we got more upside. Kyle Isbell, not much offensively so far, only 16 games, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Not that Sawinski's really lit the world on fire either, but we need some more pop, and he had an intriguing bench bat platoon guy for some power. So here's our draft picks. We ended up drafting Robert Hayashi with our first round pick. Has very good numbers, starting pitcher. I know we're good on starting pitching, but we do have some guys getting up there in age. We need a top prospect, so we'll see how he pans out. We got Alberto Maldonado, first baseman. Yes, we have a lot of first basemen in the mix, but none of them have really lit the world on fire so far from an overall standpoint. 18 years old, so we'll see how he turns out the next 2 seasons. Brian Ivey, starting pitcher. Another starting pitcher in the mix. Liked his future and his present potential stats. Junior Morero, I think I pronounced that right, closer, as to, maybe the bullpen piece later on. David Ozuna, left fielder, and then we have Lorenzo Tejada, relief pitcher, along with Geronimo Lopez. I botched that heavily. I apologize. So we got some pitching. We also got a few bats, really focused on pitching, though. So hopefully we can sign these guys, and I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. For our first trade deadline, we're sitting in a good spot, 63-46. The Twins are 64-45, and the Tigers are 63-47. So it's going to be a 3-team race for this division crown. We take a look at the wild card. We're 3.5 up right now, and the Tigers are 2.5 up. So we're sitting in a very good spot. Let's see why real quick. So take a look at the lineup. Miguel Garcia's having a fantastic year so far. 17 home runs. He's driven in 74, hitting .291. So he's really having a breakout season, which that's what we hope for. Wilyer Abreu providing exactly what we hoped for. Last franchise didn't work out. This one he's worked out so far. 20 home runs, hitting .289. Bobby Witt Jr. has not had a good season. Only 10 home runs, drove in 60 so far. We really need him to get going. We're having a great season, but we're really going to make a huge playoff push. We got to have him being Bobby Witt Jr. That is surprising numbers. Vinny Pasquantino providing some pop. 16 home runs, 50 RBIs, hitting .242. Salvador Perez is not having a bad season. 10 home runs, 29 RBIs, hitting .291. He's our first baseman right now, which is interesting. JD Martinez, who we signed out of a veteran in free agency, 16 home runs, has drove in 56. Veteran bat, providing some offense. Freddie Fermin has been very good offensively, hitting .297 with a little bit of pop as well, 8 home runs. Jack Sawinski has been okay, 5 home runs, 34 RBIs, hitting .250. And then Jonathan India has been decent, not really crazy. But our offense has been a pleasant surprise outside of Bobby Witt Jr., who's been disappointing, and the bottom of the lineup hasn't really been that good. But, this lineup's hitting, and that's something I didn't really expect going into the season. And then Jack Caglione has been hitting, and we really got to find a role for him as well on this team. We might even put him in center field, potentially, or maybe move him. I mean, Salvi's playing well, but we really need Caglione in the lineup. I mean, he's playing fantastic right now. So we also have Drew Waiters, not too bad offensively. Michael Massey has not been bad either, and then Mark Canha. So we did have an injury. Let me try to remember who it was. Let me look through the team. Darren Blanco, that's who it was. He had solid numbers so far, but just hurt, torn groin out 3 to 4 weeks. So offensively, do we look to add to this team? Like this team is hitting. If Bobby Witt Jr. hits his stride, I think we'll be good. Like we'll have to look. So we take a look at the pitching side. Chris Bubich has been awesome. 12-4, 3.20 ERA for him so far. Cole Reagans has not been good. 5-9 with the ERA over 5. Got to have him pitching well if we're going to have any success as well. Seth Lugo, the veteran, who we have thought about trading, might not right now though. He is, not an expiring contract. 3.17 ERA though is great. Michael Waka having another solid season. 8-7, 3.86 ERA. Then Michael Lorenzen, free agent to be with the ERA under 4. So really outside of Cole Reagans, our rotation's been good. John Schreiber putting up very good numbers. 2.49 ERA out of the pen. Trevor Richards has not been good. ERA over 6. Yikes. Hunter Harvey in his walk here. 4-3 ERA under 4. I'll take that. Carl Rivers Jr., the veteran's been fantastic. 2.61 ERA in 58 innings. Giancarlo Ortega, the rookie, okay season. ERA over 4. Definitely need to get that down. Carlos Estevez has not been good this season. Not what you want to see from a veteran like him. ERA over 5. Dennis Santana has been fantastic. 2.25 ERA. And then Lucas Erceg is our closer. No blown saves. 33 out of 33 in save opportunity with a 2.19 ERA. So really, when I looked at what we need to add to this team, I think another bullpen arm would definitely help because we've definitely had some struggles with Trevor Richards and Estevez. But other than that, this team is hitting a stride right now outside of a few big names. So I will look through the trade market. If there's nothing, I'll let it ride out this season. But I do think we probably got a move or two we could make. So we're going to trade for a player I've had in a few franchises, and he usually always pitches well. He's pitching well right now, actually. 1.89 ERA. Nick Mears from the Brewers. We're going to give up David Shields, 18-year-old starting pitcher, deep potential, and we're going to give them a veteran in Taylor Clark, who is pitching very good in AAA right now. So we get a veteran add to our bullpen. Also going to re-sign Hunter Harvey to a 2-year deal. He wants a little bit more money, about $12.5 million. I'll take that for a guy who's pitched pretty well this season. We had some league leaders. Bobby Witt Jr. led the league in triples. We ended up making the playoffs. We tied for first with the Tigers with 92 wins. Twins win 89 games. So this is a very strong division this year. We win the wild card. Rangers and Twins also make them. We will be facing the Rangers in the wild card series. Let's say everybody did before we get on with these playoffs. So Miguel Garcia, great breakout season. 18 home runs, drove in 90. Didn't expect him to be a guy to drive in 90 runs. That's just awesome stuff. Wilyer Brady with 30 home runs, drove in 97. What a season for him. Bobby Witt Jr. had a down year. I mean, there ain't no other way to put it. Like, his numbers are down across the board. Only 19 home runs, drove in 88. Like, it's not a horrible season, but compared to his last 3, definitely expected a higher number from him. Vinny Pasquantino, though, 20 home runs, drove in 71. Continues to put up good power numbers. Jack Caglione, 19 home runs from him. So guys really providing power in the lineup that we really didn't expect. Freddie Fermin, good offense from the catcher spot. 10 home runs, drove in 39, hit 267. Or 287, excuse me. So good numbers for Freddie. Dayron Blanco just wasn't really healthy a lot this season. Couldn't really get the bag going. Jack Sawinski gave us some power. 12 home runs, drove in 59, 266 average. Michael Massey, 4 home runs, drove in 20. And I'll reveal some of the injuries we had right after I look at these stats. Salvador Perez really had a good season in a platoon-type role. 13 home runs, drove in 40. Drew Waiters didn't provide a lot offensively. Didn't really expect him to. Nick Lofton was solid in that utility role off the bench. And then Mark Canha, veteran, hitting 308. So we did have some injuries that are going to hurt us, I think. So Jonathan India could make it back to the playoffs. Didn't really provide a lot of offense this year. Anyways, ain't like he's like a huge loss for our offense. We definitely always need someone like him in the lineup regardless. So he should be back. And then JD Martinez, out, dislocated ankle. Could be something that retires him. Was really having a JD Martinez type season. 285 average, hit 16 home runs, drove in 59. So that's a huge loss in our DH spot. So we take a look at the pitching. Chris Bubich, 15-5, 3.18 ERA. You will take that from a number 1. Cole Reagans just couldn't get it going this season. 8-13 ERA over 5. Hunter Harvey, why is he? Do we have an injury in our rotation, actually? Okay, I'm kind of confused. So they put Seth Lugo in the pen and put Hunter Harvey in the rotation. I'm not really sure about why. Seth Lugo, 50 and 8, 3.42 ERA. Talk about a guy pitching like a vet. Michael Waka, another guy who had a solid season. ERA under 4, 14-11 record. And Lorenzen is Walker, ERA under 4, 13 wins. John Schreiber was excellent out of the pen, ERA just over 2 in 30 innings. Giancarlo Ortega, okay rookie season. Hopefully he pitches well in the playoffs. Hunter Harvey, we did sign an extension. Had an okay season, ERA just over 4. Carl Edwards Jr., I'll take that, 3.43 ERA on the season. Carlos Estevez had a better second half, but just couldn't really pitch like he did last year, ERA over 4. Nick Mears was fantastic, 2.14 ERA and 26 holds. Dennis Santana, another trade acquisition, ERA under 3. And then Lucas Ursay was amazing in that closer spot. 50 saves, only blew 3 of them, and then an ERA under 2. I mean, you talk about an elite closer. So here we go, Game 1, Texas Rangers. Can we advance? Is this a type of season we win a World Series? We're about to find out. So Chris Bubich on the mound at home. 2 walks in a row. Doesn't come back to bite him, though. I'll turn that sound down after this, by the way. I apologize if it's a little bit loud. Tyler Mahle on the mound for the Rangers. So we got some pitching duel going on right now between 2 good starters. So leadoff triple by Caglione. We take the lead, 1-0. Leadoff double by Ezekiel Duran. They can't get him home. Bottom of the 6th. So top of the 7th, Bubich still in the game. We're keeping him in there. He is rolling 7 strong innings. An error doesn't come back to bite him. He's still rolling 8 strong innings. They bring in Robert Garcia out of the pen. Solo shot by Blanco. Another run scores thanks to Sawinski and Massey. Bottom of the order. Sean Armstrong gives up another run. And we're going to leave Bubich in the game. He has been dominant. A complete game shutout, which you don't see in today's game a lot. 7 strikeouts, 0 earned runs. So we're going to sim Game 2. We win that. So we're facing the Yankees in the next round after sweeping the Rangers in the wild card. This is going to be a tough series. We all know how elite the Yankees are from an offensive standpoint. Yankee Stadium. We're going to go Seth Lugo in Game 1 here. Here we go, Max Fried. I forgot to fix the audio. I apologize. Run scores. Who other than Aaron Judge to smoke us in the first inning? 1 out double, a walk, and we tie the game thanks to Lofton. Bottom of the order. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1 run. That's all they get. It could have been a lot worse. So Max Fried with a 1-run lead. Sack bunt, a run scores. That's good situational baseball right there. Lugo struggling again. So 4 okay innings from him so far. Back-to-back singles, first and third, nobody out. We score a run thanks to Garcia. Another run scores thanks to Bobby Witt. Another run scores thanks to Caglione. Sack fly, we take a 5-3 lead. So maybe one more inning out of Lugo here. 2-run game-tying bomb by Trent Grisham. Man, that is tough. 2 walks in the inning. We take the lead right back. So let's go to the bullpen. Hunter Harvey here. Top of the order. A double, a walk, and a 3-run bomb by Aaron Judge gets them the lead. We go to Ortega. So down 2 runs, top of the 7th, Luke Weaver in the pitch. Man, that is a backbreaker. Carl Edwards Jr. in the pitch, leadoff double by Jazz, hit by pitch. They get caught stealing. So top of the 8th, Luke Weaver, solo shot by Wilyer Abreu. Mark Leiter Jr. in the pitch. Bottom of the 8th, we go to Nick Mears here, leadoff single, another single, and a 3-run bomb. Aaron Judge has just owned us all game. 2 home runs. Man, we go to John Schreiber here. Top of the 9th, down 4. Leadoff double by Garcia. We score a run, so we got some life. Massey drives them in. Devin Williams in the closer. And he slams the door shut. Aaron Judge just smoked us. 7 RBIs alone for Aaron Judge. So we sim Game 2. Man, we're down 0-2 against the Yankees right now. We're back at home. Can we make the just horrible 0-2 comeback here? We're gonna go Chris Bubich, our ace. I wouldn't even pitch to Aaron Judge right now the way he's playing. It's just this guy is owning us. 1 out double, Solo shot by Pascatino gets us a lead. I still forgot to fix the audio. I'll just deal with it. It don't seem like it's too bad. There's a walk, a single, a run scores thanks to Stanton, so it's a tied ball game. Solo shot by Miguel Garcia. He has been awesome in these playoffs. 2-run bomb by Trent Grisham gets them back the lead. Luis Gil trying to keep him a lead. Top of the order, 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the order for us, 1-2-3 inning. Maybe one more inning. Okay, we're going to have to go to the pin here. We're going to go to Estevez with 2 on, 2 out. Gets out of the inning. Leadoff single, a walk. First and third. Bases loaded now with 1 out. They bring in the bullpen. We score 2 runs thanks to Freddie Fermin, so we take the lead. We're going to keep Estevez in. That was not a good choice. We're going to go to John Schreiber. Aaron Judge strikes out, and they fail to score. So what a job by him there. Solo shot by Jack Sawinski. It's 5-3. We go to Dennis Santana here in the 8th. 1-out double. Doesn't come around the score. Ian Hamilton in the pitch. 2-run bomb by Caglione. And we're not going to use our closer. We're going to go to Ortega. Is it going to be a bad move? Okay, we got to go to our closer. Irsay gives up 1 run, and that's all he gives up. It wasn't even charged to him. So down 2-1 right now. Oh, against the Yankees, can we do it? We're going to have Cole Reagans on the mound, which, I mean, he had a bad regular season. Can he pitch well here? Yankees get thrown out at home plate. They run into some outs. We score an early run thanks to Bobby Witt Jr. after the hit by pitch. So it's 1-0 Kansas City. Max Fried, who shut us down earlier in the series, trying to do it again. 2-run bomb by Michael Massey. It's 3-0. So and there's a 2-run bomb by Stanton. Gets them right back in the game. Fried trying to keep this game close. Bases loaded. We fly out. Strikes out the side in the 5th inning. So Cole Reagans has had a solid performance. 6 strong innings. They go to Garrett Clevenger here. 2-run bomb by Blanco, though, and we take a 5-2 lead. 6-2 lead now, thanks to Garcia. So we're going to go to the bullpen. Carl Edwards Jr. in the pitch here. 1-2-3-7. Jake Cousins in the pitch. So let's see. We're going to go to Dennis Santana here. Face the bottom of the order. 2-out walk. Doesn't come around to bite him. Ian Hamilton in the pitch. So we're looking to get this series to a Game 5. Lucas Erceg in the pitch, and he slams the door. So we got to make an unbelievable comeback happen here, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Yankee Stadium, Game 5, 2-2 series. The Yankees are up 2-0. Who do we go to here? Do we go to Michael Wacha, Seth Lugo? We're going to go Seth Lugo. I'm banking on a bounce-back performance. Carlos Rodon, 1-2-3 first. 1-2-3 first by both pitchers here. And two-out singles, and they do not score. Thank goodness there. 2-out walk, doesn't come around to bite them. There's a walk and a 2-run bomb. Back-to-back home runs off Seth Lugo, and it's 3-0 New York. Another home run thanks to Jazz, and we got to take him out here before it gets out of hand. 2-run bomb by Oswaldo Cabrera, and it's 6-0 Yankees. We got 2 on, can't get nobody home. We go to Hunter Harvey, and the Yankees are just rolling offensively. Rodon is shutting us down. Maybe one more inning at a Harvey. Solo shot by Caglione gives us some hope. Runner gets thrown out. Estevez in the pitch, top of the order. Gives up a run to Ben Rice. And unless we have a really big-time offensive just inning, this game's looking like a wrap. So bases loaded. Fernando Cruz in the pitch tonight. 2-run bomb by Caglione. And we got some offense going. 2 on, 1 out. Devin Williams gives up a run. Lofton hits to a fielder's choice. Garcia flies out, and our season is over. The Yankees eliminate us. We had a hell of a series against them, though. The Twins win the World Series. So first season, we win 90-plus games. We forced a Game 5 after being down 0-2. We had some breakout seasons. I think it was a successful season overall. Hopefully we can keep it up next season. I'm going to get the second season underway after we do this offseason. I'll show you guys the moves after they're done. We did make a few deals trade-wise. We acquired Carson Milbrandt from the Marlins for Salvador Perez. We got off Savvy's contract, and we're able to make some other moves. Then we got Pete Combs and Ryan Walker for Seth Lugo. And really, we look at Ryan Walker, 30 years old, adds another good bullpen arm, had a 3.27 ERA. And Seth Lugo pitched well last year, but he was getting up there in age. He was starting to decline overall already. So let's look at some of the moves we made. So we went out and used some of that money we traded away to get Zach Eflin. Now, he didn't have the best year last year, but you put him as a number 3 in this rotation, not too bad. And we lost Lorenzen. I think Alec Marsh can replace a lot of the production he gave us in that 5th starter spot. Bullpen, didn't really feel a need to make moves. Our bullpen was a good, with adding Ryan Walker, I felt like that was a good move we needed to make. Danny Jansen, will be our backup catcher. Didn't provide a lot offensively last year in Tampa Bay. 2-year deal. Freddie Fermin will get the full-time catcher spot. First base, we're going to give it to Pasquantino and Caglione. Why not? They both produced. Jonathan India at second base. Miguel Garcia at third base. Shortstop, obviously, Bobby Wood Jr. Shawinski will be in left field. He had a solid year last year. Why not give him at least until the trade deadline to prove he could put up those numbers again? We signed Harrison Bader to be our center fielder. Had 16 home runs last year, drove in 55 for the World Series Twins, and we'll see if he can give us that production and a really elite center fielder. And then Wilyer Abreu will be in right. We also signed Alec Burleson, who's always a free agent, it seems like. So do I think this team can repeat 90 wins? We'll see. I do think our pitching is elite offensively. Are these guys going to be able to replicate what they did last year? That's going to be the big question, but can't wait to see. So let's get the second season underway. We drafted for our second draft, and we got Donovan Grant with our first-round pick, starting pitcher. Very good stats. Hopefully he turns into something good on our final season because our draft picks last season have not hit. I don't think any of them were really even that great. We had Mario Ramirez, shortstop, 18 years old out of high school. Vernon Cordero, closer, adds another closer to our, 3 or 4 we have already. Martin Guzman, left fielder. We'll see. His stats aren't really that good. Late round pick. Joaquim Valenzuela, 22-year-old center fielder. Chester Copen, left fielder. Corey Tiller, center fielder. So we went after a lot of outfielders. We'll have to see if any of these guys amount to anything. Hopefully they end up making somewhat of an impact, whether through trades or maybe through a bench bat, or, maybe we get a big-time prospect that's ready for the big leagues right away. Knowing my luck, probably not, but we'll see. Sitting 1 game out of first place. It's been an up-and-down season, but it seems like every team in this division has had an up-and-down year so far. We've had a few injuries. Nick Mears out 1 to 2 months with a fractured forearm. He was having a little bit of a down year, but still was a big part of our bullpen. Hopefully we get him back for a playoff run. And then we lost, Harrison Bader to a torn hamstring, but Bader wasn't really providing a ton of offense. Unfortunately, hasn't worked out so far. But that's a big loss for our defense especially. And, this is a tough decision at the trade deadline because we have a lot of guys who are due for free agency. And we looked through it. Chris Bubich, one of our best pitchers, due for free agency. Do we look to re-sign him? Do we look to move him? Do we just let it rock the rest of the season, try to re-sign him in the offseason? We have, Dennis Santana, free agent to be. Pitching very good so far. Do we look to re-sign him? Carlos Estevez, free agent. He's had a spectacular season. Going to the list here, Jonathan India, free agent. And he's been actually having a really good year. So there's a lot of tough decisions to make with this team, and I'm going to look through everything. Maybe we look to trade a few of them and get somebody back who's a long-term fit for next season. So we take a look at the offense. Miguel Garcia not having as good of a year as last year, and this is what I was really a little bit worried about. A lot of guys might not be able to replicate what they did. He has not been able to in that leadoff spot. Jonathan India, I can't be mad at that. 8 home runs, 44 RBIs, hitting .299. He's not a power guy. He's hitting good for average. Bobby Wood Jr., better already than last year. 21 home runs, has drove in 91. Wilyer Abreu has put up great numbers all franchise long so far. 24 home runs, has drove in 70 already. Jack Caglione, solid year so far. 13 home runs, 41 RBIs for him. Freddie Fermin, not bad offensively. Again, not a guy with a lot of pop, but hitting .271. You'll take that out of a catcher. And then you have Vinny Pasquantino, finding some pop as well. 13 home runs. Oh, wrong button, 13 home runs, 40 RBIs. Jack Sawinski has not been good this year. Only 7 home runs, drove in 21. Drew Waiters, who's filling in for Bader, has not provided a lot offensively. Danny Jansen has not done hardly anything as our backup catcher offensively. Alec Burleson has been great. 13 home runs, drove in 41 so far. Nick Lofton is hitting 300. Called him up due to the injury. And then Nick Prado, not much. So our bench has not been a strong suit. Let's take a look at the pitching. Cole Reagans has just not been able to get going in this franchise. Only 3 wins, 9 losses, ERA over 4. Chris Bubich has been fantastic in his walk year, 8-7, 3.18 ERA. Zach Eflin has worked out as a free agent acquisition, 10-3 with a 3.20 ERA. Hunter Harvey, I don't know why he's in the rotation. Yeah, I have no idea why Hunter Harvey's in the rotation. I have to fix that. 3-3, ERA 4.08. I guess they want Hunter Harvey to be a starter, you know? Alec Marsh, I'll take that as a 5th starter, 7-8, ERA 4.22. Carl Overs Jr., also a guy who's due for free agency. Solid year, 3.60 ERA. John Schreiber has not been able to replicate last year at all, ERA over 6.5. Michael Wacha, that's who needs to be in our rotation, who has been okay this year, 4.43 ERA. Ryan Walker, who we got in the offseason, hasn't been able to replicate his year last year, 3.27 ERA last year, ERA over 4 this year. Carlos Estevez has been fantastic after a bad year. Not a bad year, but a not as good of a year last year. 1.78 ERA. Dennis Santana with the ERA under 2.5. He's been fantastic. And then Ortega hasn't pitched well in the big leagues yet. I use in parentheses. I do think he's going to be a big part of our bullpen in the final season. And then Lucas Erceg, after a fantastic year last year, already has blown 5 saves, ERA over 4. So we might need to move him out of the closer spot. Like, a lot of guys struggle in this bullpen. This bullpen has a really lot of high ERAs. Cole Reagans has not really pitched like we had hoped. So, you know, we're still 7 games above 500. But, like, I don't know. It's tough because we have a lot of guys, like I said, due to hit free agency. So I'm going to look through the trade market and see if we can come up with any moves to try to get us to the playoffs. Very interesting trade with the Orioles. Grayson Rodriguez, who's 2 years younger than Chris Bubich. He's got more control. He's cheaper. We can use that money to upgrade more in the offseason. Free agent to be as well. Dennis Santana, another guy who's a free agent to be. For Grayson Rodriguez, who is 86 overall. We are trading 2 80s for 180, but again, we're not going to be able to re-sign all these guys. And we get an elite arm who's under club control. I'm going to make this trade. Hopefully it doesn't screw us. This is a gamble, but we got to get something for 2 guys who could walk for nothing. With the Astros, we're going to trade Michael Wacha and Carlos Estevez. Again, 2 free agents to be for Hunter Brown, and this makes our rotation elite. And we're going to have to get another bullpen arm, but you look at this rotation now with Reagans, Brown, Rodriguez, Eflin, and Alec Marsh. You cannot be mad at that at all. So I'm going to make one more trade, and we'll let it rock. We're going to get Emmanuel Clase from the Guardians. Interdivision trade. Don't like these a lot. We need a closer. He's under a team-friendly deal. We're giving up a lot. We're giving up Pete Combs, one of our top left field prospects. We're also giving up Carter Jensen, one of our top catching prospects. And we're giving up Giancarlo Ortega, who's a young arm. So we add a very elite closer to replace what we trade away. So second season is done. I was worried we were not going to make the playoffs. We ended up winning the division by 1 game with 87 wins. So not as good as last year's division. And we had a league leader, Hunter Brown, in winning percentage. And then we also had Jonathan India, who led in doubles, hits, and Bobby Witt Jr. led the league in WARs. So let's say everybody did before we get the second postseason run underway. 11 home runs, 54 RBIs from Miguel Garcia. Wasn't able to replicate last year. Jonathan India, fantastic season in his walk year. I don't know if we'll be able to bring it back, but if he plays like this in the playoffs, man, talk about a great season after really just not doing much his first season. Bobby Witt Jr. drove in 120, 28 home runs. That's the Bobby Jr. we all know. Willie Abreu with 34 home runs, drove in 104. Jack Caglione with 25 home runs. So just keep showing power. Freddie Fermin was okay this season, only 6 home runs. And then Vinny Pasquantino with another power showing, 19 home runs. Jack Sawinski was okay, about where his numbers were last year. Harrison Bader just wasn't able to stay healthy, wasn't really able to do much offensively either. Hopefully he gets going in the playoffs. Danny Jansen just couldn't get going offensively either. Alec Burleson was, solid off the bench for us. Nick Lofton, another guy who gave us solid production off the bench, and then Michael Massey only played 1 game. Then Nick Prado hit 166. So we probably need to remove one of them off the playoff roster. Take a look at the pitching rotation. Cole Reagans, again, just couldn't get going. 4.13 ERA, 9.11 record. Grayson Rodriguez, solid campaign, 11-13 record, ERA under 4. Zach Eflin with the ERA under 4 as well. Alec Marsh with a 4.52 ERA, and then Hunter Brown was 12-5 with a 3.82. So need to fix this. We should be good. Hunter Harvey, ERA over 4. Looks like that's going to be where his numbers are going forward. Ryan Walker just couldn't pitch well this year. 4.62 ERA after a fantastic year last year. Carl Ruiz Jr. in his walk year was great. 3.18 ERA. Daniel Lynch, we ended up calling up. Didn't really pitch well. ERA over 5. Lucas Urseg had a better year after we removed him out of the closer role. 2.94 ERA. Nick Mears was hurt. Was okay this season, in Emmanuel Classic with 51 saves. So I'm going to adjust the playoff roster, and we'll get these playoffs underway. Against the Tampa Bay Rays in the wild card series, Cole Reagans on the mound at home. Can we advance past the wild card for the 2nd straight year? So walk, a single, or walk, bases loaded for Caglione. Strikes out. 1, 2, 3, second, bottom of the order. Nothing happens. Leadoff triple for Kim. And they do not get him home on a double play. That is crazy. 2-out double for Bobby Whitten, an error, but we strike out. Top of the order. Cole Reagans is rolling so far. So is Shane McClanahan. We score a run, though, thanks to Bader. So it's 1-0. Leadoff single. Can't get him home. Leadoff walk. 2 walks in the inning. Doesn't amount to anything. 1-out walk and a fielder's choice, a stolen base. Edwin Ucita in the pitch. 6th inning. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs, and we strike out. Cole Reagans he is rolling right now. 7 strong innings. Mason Montgomery gives up a 2-out double and a walk. Can't score. 2-out walk, and he strikes them out. So Robert Suarez in the pitch. Do we leave Cole Reagans in? We're going to. What a performance by Cole Reagans. Complete game domination against the Rays. And we end up advancing. So we sweep in back-to-back years. We're facing another team in the Yankees division, the Red Sox here in the 1st round. So let's see if we can win game 1. If we win game 1, I'll sim game 2. So Grayson Rodriguez on the mound against Garrett Crochet. Talk about 2 electric arms here at Fenway Park. 2 singles in the inning, can't score. 1-out single, 2 singles in a row, and then Hamilton drives in a run and an error. Luckily, he doesn't cause more damage. Walk and an error, can't come around the score. Somebody's hurt, it looks like. We had a defensive substitution. And then we can't get anybody home. Garrett Crochet looking to shut us down. So it's been a pitching duel so far. Leadoff single, a walk, 2-run score thanks to Bader, who's come alive in these playoffs. And we got to go to the bullpen. Walk and a single. We're going to go to Carl Edwards Jr., strikeout, run scores, and a double play. So he keeps the game tied. Garrett Whitlock in the pitch. 1st and 3rd, 1 out, strikeout, and a fly out. Ouch. Hunter Harvey, 1-out double, a walk, and a run scores. The Red Sox take the lead. We go to Lynch. Gets out of the inning. Top of the 8th, Justin Slayton in the pitch, bottom of the order. We accidentally walked the first batter. We're going to go to Nick Mears here. Run scores after the walk. Top of the 9th, Edwin Diaz to face the top of the order, and the Red Sox, win game 1, unfortunately. We're going to sim game 2 to save us some time. We lose that. We might just sim the series. The Red Sox sweep us out of the rounds, and we are just humiliated. Dodgers win the World Series, and that is the end of the 2nd season here for the Kansas City Royals. Again, we won a division, back-to-back successful seasons. We made the playoffs back-to-back seasons, but we haven't made it very far in the playoffs in our first season. The first round exits and back-to-back seasons. We have some decisions to make. Do we bring back Jonathan India? Carl Edwards Jr. do we look to bring back? I do think we need another bullpen arm and probably another offensive bat. So that's going to be our main focus as we get on with this third and final season. So I'll see you guys at the start. Regular season of this video, can we win a World Series? Now, I didn't do a whole lot in the offseason. Really, a lot of players didn't want to come here to Kansas City. I don't know why. Rotation, though, still the same. We got Reagans, Brown, Rodriguez, Eflin, Marsh. I think that's still very good. Went out and signed Aaron Bummer to a one-year deal. And, he's coming off an okay season. We lost Carl Edwards Jr., 2 years younger. Figure why not add him to our bullpen. Catcher duo still the same. First base still the same. Second base, we went out and signed Gleyber Torres to replace Jonathan India. 17 home runs last year. We'll see how he does. I think he had a little bit of pop for sure for our lineup. Garcia at third. Bobby Witt Jr. still at short. We went out and traded for Kyle Stowers. 85 power against right-handers, so he has a big power bat against righties. Sawinski and him will probably platoon here and there. Center field, we still got Bader. We'll give him another season. If not, we'll trade him at the deadline. And then we have Abreu and Burley and right field. So is this team going to make the playoffs again? I sure hope so. I think our pitching will get us there. We'll see how the offense looks at the trade deadline. But let's get this final season underway. We have an injury, and Hunter Brown's out the next 1 to 2 months. Not sure when we're going to get him back. Maybe for the postseason, but we don't have a lot of starting pitching depth after him. So we're going to trade Robert Hayashi, who was one of our draft picks a few seasons ago. Don't really need him. It's the last season. For Johan Oviedo, who's having a really good season for the Pirates. Trade deadline, 66-44 is the record. We're 2 games up on the Twins, so another good season for us. Going to look through the lineups and pitching rotation real quickly and see what we need to do. So Miguel Garcia, again, just not able to replicate his first season so far. Only 7 home runs, 37 RBIs. Harrison Bader has already been better than last year. He's been more healthy. Bobby Witt Jr., 15 home runs, 59 RBIs, hitting .311. I'll take that. Wilyer Bray with another solid year, 20 home runs. Alec Burleson's been awesome, 17 home runs, 62 RBIs, hitting .283. Jack Caglione has not hit so far this year, only hitting .198 with 14 home runs. Jack Sawinski's been okay, 10 home runs. We did lose. Actually, I'm trying to think. That's why I paused for a second. Okay, we lost Hunter Brown and Kyle Stowers. That's who we lost. And he was having a really good season as well. 13 home runs, drove in 35. He is going to be back in 1 to 2 weeks, thank goodness. Freddie Fermin providing a little bit more pop. 11 home runs so far, so that's good to see. And then Gleyber Torres, Gleyber Torres, 11 home runs, 46 RBIs for him. Jordan Groshans, 1 for 2. Danny Jensen, better than what he's been the last 2 seasons. Nick Lofton has been really good off the bench for us the last few years, and then Michael Massey has not provided a lot. So offensively, we've been okay. Cole Reagan's finally pitching like he's capable of, 2.34 ERA. Grayson Rodriguez has been great, 9-4 with the ERA just over 3. Zach Eflin with a solid year. He's been a great free agent acquisition the last 2 years, 3.62 ERA. Alec Marsh, ERA just the same. And Johan Oviedo. So our rotation's been spectacular. Daniel Lynch has been okay, ERA just over 4. Donovan Grant, who's one of our young pitchers, I'll take that for a long relief. ERA just over 4. Hunter Harvey, good season, better than the last 2 seasons. ERA under 4 this time. Ryan Walker just hasn't really been able to replicate 2025 for us, unfortunately. Aaron Bummer has not worked out. ERA close to 6. Nick Mears has been awesome. ERA under 3. Lucas Urseg, ERA under 3. And then Emmanuel Clase has been amazing. 34 saves, ERA under 2. So I'm not seeing a ton of weak links on this team. Maybe we can go out and get another bat. I'll see what's out there. But other than that, I might just let it rock and see how we finish the season. 98 games. Despite some of the injuries, we get an award winner, Emmanuel Clase with Delivery Man of the Year. And we had some league leaders co-regulate the league in ERA, Eflin in wins, and Emmanuel Clase with 55 saves. So, I mean, what a season. We won 88 games, 92 games, and 98 games. I mean, you talk about 3 very good seasons. Let's see everybody fans before we get this final postseason underway and hopefully a World Series title. So, Miguel Garcia, after the first season, I really thought he was going to take that another leap. Just wasn't able to do that. Didn't really put up bad numbers. It's just you really thought, okay, he drove in 90. Harrison Bader, not a bad season, about what he was in 2025. Bobby Wood Jr. drove in 94 and hit 24 home runs. I'll take that. Wilyer Abreu, another good season. Not as good as the last two seasons, but still, I'll take 26 home runs. Alec Burleson with 24 home runs. Jack Caglione, 20 home runs. You'll take that. Kyle Stowers and his healthy games he played gave us great production. Freddie Fermin with a big power surge this year, 14 home runs. Gleyber Torres really thought he was going to provide a little bit more offensively. Didn't, play that well. I mean, just a little bit under the power, but it's pretty identical to what he put up the last two seasons. Nick Lofton was solid off the bench. Danny Jensen had a better season, not saying much so. Jack Zawinski, I mean, he's pretty much put up the same numbers 3 years in a row. And then Michael Massey. So we didn't have Vinny Pasquantino up. I don't know why. We need to add him to the playoff roster and get rid of Massey or somebody, but I don't know why they kept sending him down to AAA. Cole Reagans, 14-9, ERA of 2.26, spectacular season. I was wondering what was going on. We had an injury to Grayson Rodriguez. He should be back 1 to 6 days. So Zach Eflin, 20-win season, 3.40 ERA. Hunter Brown had a bad season compared to his. Not really, actually. 4.21 ERA. Yohan Oviedo was a great pickup, ERA under 4. And then Donovan Grant, ERA close to 5. Daniel Lynch was okay. Nothing really to be crazy about. Hunter Harvey with his best season he's had in a Royals uniform, 2.90 ERA. Ryan Walker, we talked about him, how he just couldn't get it going. Aaron Bummer was not a good acquisition, ERA over 5. Nick Mears, he was a great pickup, 2.60 ERA for him. Lucas Urseg was spectacular, 2.27 ERA, and Emmanuel Clase, 55 save with the ERA under 2. You can't beat that. So we will be facing the winner of the wild card. Grayson Rodriguez is healthy. We're facing the Detroit Tigers, our division rival. Can we win a World Series this final season? We've been first-round exits in back-to-back years, the Red Sox and Yankees. Are we going to lose our division rival here at home in Game 1? Let's find out. So 2-out double, doesn't come around to score. 2-out triple, can't get him home. Cole Reagans has been very good the last few playoff runs. Let's see if he can continue it here. 1-run scores thanks to Gleyber. 2-out double, doesn't come around to score. 1-out double, an error. Can't get him home, though. That might come back to bite us later on. Hopefully not. Single and a double play. Leadoff single. So 5 strong innings so far, and the starter for the Tigers has been just as effective. Double play. Leadoff single. They bring in Brant Herter. So maybe one more inning out of Cole Reagans. Man, what a job by him. 7 strong innings. So we're going to go to our pen. Lucas Urseg here in a 1-run game. Bottom of the order and the top of the order. 2-out error, a walk, and a flyout. So he escapes a little bit of a jam there. 2-out single. So a 1-run game. We go to Emmanuel Clase. Ground out. Fly out, fly out. So we dominate here in a pitching duel. Well, not dominate, but our pitching dominates. We lose game 2, 2-3. So series tied, heading back to Detroit. This is a pivotal game right here. This could be like a momentum type swing. Hunter Brown on the mound against Jesus Luzardo. Bases loaded, and we do not score. You cannot have that happen in a playoff game. Jesus Luzardo's been in some jams, but he's getting out of it. Hunter Brown, a little bit of a jam. He gets out of it. Leadoff single, a walk, pop-up, strikeout, and a ground out. So we've left a lot of runners on base. Leadoff, or a 1-out triple, and they score thanks to Riley Green. So 1-0 Tigers. Hunter Brown trying to keep this game close. Leadoff walk. We just left so many runners on base. 2 singles, and he gets a clutch double play. Hit by pitch, single, and a double play. Maybe one more inning out of Hunter Brown. Spectacular outing from him. 1-out double. Runner gets thrown out after back-to-back doubles. So we go to Hunter Harvey. Solo shot by Dingler. Solo shot by Spencer Steer. And it's 3-0. Man, that hurts. Can our offense get something going? Strikeout, ground out, fly out. We go to Urseg here. Keep the game close. Top of the 9th. They bring in Will Vesta, closer. Caglione leads off, ground out. Freddie Fermin, ground out. And Miguel Garcia walks. And that is all they wrote here in Game 2. and we just get completely dominated 3-0. So we got to win this next game, or we'll be first round exits 3 years in a row, ladies and gentlemen. We do not want that to happen. We go to Grayson Rodriguez here against Matt Manning. Can we win this pivotal do-or-die game? Solo shot by Riley Green. 1-0 Tigers. And Grayson Rodriguez, a little bit of a jam here, gets out of it. Matt Manning is shutting us down. So our solo shot by Bryce Terang is 2-0. And our offense has really let us down in this series. I mean, we have not been able to hit. 2-run bomb by Colt Keith. And, man, that is rough. And we go to Aaron Bummer here to face the bottom of the order. Matt Manning still rolling in this game. Maybe one more. Okay, leadoff double. I was testing my luck. We go to Grant here. Runner gets thrown out. So top of the 6th, and we hit into a double play. Man, this is just not good. We bring in Ryan Walker. Top of the 7th, and we got bases loaded, 1 out. For Freddie Fermin, 2-run score. 1-run score. We got some life. 1-run game. Leadoff walk. We're going to go to Nick Mears here. Another walk, fielder's choice, and a double play. What a job there. Tyler Holton to face the middle of the order. And Bobby Witt Jr. ties the game up. And we are tied. So we go to Lucas Urseg here to keep the game hopefully close. Walk, line out, double play. Oh, my goodness. What a job right there. Brian Herter in the pitch. We got to go to Class A here. We're using a lot of our bullpen. 1-out double, ground out, and the Tigers walk off and eliminate us. And we have been first round exits 3 years in a row. Man, that is tough. Padres defeat the Twins to win the World Series. So Royals fans, I know I probably disappointed y'all with our playoff performance. We did make the playoffs 3 straight years. We had a lot of breakout seasons. Offense let us down in the playoffs this year. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Kansas City Royals franchise. We'll be doing the Minnesota Twins next to wrap up the AL Central. If you like professional wrestling, make sure to check out the link in the description below. LTQ Wrestling Crew. It's our wrestling channel. We talk about all things wrestling. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.